Thank you for sticking with us, and thank you to Germanna Community College for their support. The Stafford County School Board is considering a comprehensive non-discrimination policy, one that will apply to gender identification and sexual orientation. But the debate and the back and forth is taking a lot of time. The notion of a broader non-discrimination policy was first discussed late last year. Under the proposed policy, school officials wouldn't be allowed to discriminate on the basis of several previously unstated categories. This includes sexual orientation and gender identification. This topic has been brewing since a transgender child who identifies as female was forced to sit outside on a bench during an active shooter drill in 2018. That happened because school officials, lacking any stated policy, were at a loss trying to decide which dressing room to send her to. The incident made the national news. The school board has discussed a proposed policy, one originally drafted by the school superintendent, and had promised a work session on the topic, but have yet to have one. Most recently, two school board members, apparently anxious about the policy, asked the superintendent to find an independent outside attorney to review the proposed new policy. It was noted during this exchange that in-house counsel had already reviewed and approved the policy as being within the bounds of existing law. However, nonetheless, the board agreed to seek outside legal advice, so there will be a little more delay before this policy is voted on. We'll keep watching this one.
Well, this sounds like fun and a good way to close our broadcast. On July 20th, from noon to 9, come out and join the first annual Reggae, Roots, Rock, and Tropical Beer Festival. You heard that right, folks. It's being hosted by the 1781 Brewing Company, Wilderness Run Vineyards, and Natural Mystics. The group is inviting 12 brewers from around the state, and all the beer will have a tropical theme. But there is more to this than just beer. There will be lawn games and field activities, and the organizers have also invited a couple of yogis who will be setting up a meditation garden. Natural Mystics, a unique gift shop in Fredericksburg, primarily dealing with glass products, will be showcasing glass blowing techniques throughout the day and will be selling their one-of-a-kind glass artwork. So, Old Town Tobacconist will be there and will have a cigar lounge set up. Wilderness Run Vineyards will be bringing in ciders, one of my favorite drinks, from around the state, and as well as their own cider to showcase what we can do with Virginia fruit. There will also be food. It's quite a variety. Taqueria will be cooking up one of their one-of-a-kind tacos. Pfeiffer Brothers Barbecue will have hand-pulled Virginia barbecue. And this is kind of neat. Red Hook Lobster is making their way down from D.C. to crack open fresh lobster and serve up sandwiches.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm already there. Prices for tickets range from $25 if you buy an early bird ticket and $35 on the day of the event. The event will be at the 1781 Brewing Company, which is located at 11109 Plank Road, Spotsylvania, Virginia.
Summer just started. It's way too early to be thinking about back-to-school shopping and orientations, right? Well,
yeah.
If you're a student in the Stafford County school system, you're going to have to start thinking about it sooner than you think. In January, the Stafford County School Board followed the lead of other Virginia school systems and decided to move the starting date back a couple of weeks. It's a major change to the schedule and might be hard to adjust for some. This year, for the first time, students will be going back to school on August 12th, which is 3 weeks earlier than normal. This may seem early and frankly still seems like the middle of summer, but there is a reward. Though it's a ways off, instead of school ending in June 2020, the school year will now wrap up in May. To get a heads up on what other changes have come to the school schedule, you can look up the 2019-2020 school year calendar on the school district's website. Let's head over to George for our sports update. George, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. Happy 4th of July to you. George Kearns here for CVTV Sports. In World Cup soccer, the men and women's teams have made it to the semifinals. The USA men will take on Jamaica Wednesday, July 3rd, and the USA women's beat England 2-1. England tying goal was waved off after a video review. Good luck to the men's in their semifinal, and good luck to the women's in their final. In NBA news, a lot has been going on in free agency with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving both going to the Brooklyn Nets. Durant agreed to a 4-year, $164 million, and Irving agrees to a 4-year, $142 million. It'll still be a while before you see this duo together because Durant is healing from his injury. Kemba Walker agreed to a 4-year, $141 million with the Boston Celtics. Jimmy Butler agreed to a sign and trade with the Miami Heat, worth 4 years, $142 million. Even though Durant left Golden State, they picked up D'Angelo Russell, 4 years, $117 million, and the Warriors sent Andre Iguodala and a future first-round pick to Memphis. Al Horford agreed to a 4-year, $109 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. Klay Thompson is staying with Golden State, 5 years, $190 million, and Chris Middleton agreed to a 5-year, $178 million with the Milwaukee Bucks. Kristaps Porzingis agreed to a 5-year, $158 million with the Dallas Mavericks. Jamal Murray, 5 years, $170 million contract extension with the Denver Nuggets. Harrison Barnes, 4 years, $85 million with the Sacramento Kings. Brook Lopez, 4 years, $52 million with the Milwaukee Bucks. J.J. Redick agreed to a 2-year, $26.5 million contract with the New Orleans Pelicans. Patrick Beverley was 3 years, $40 million with the L.A. Clippers. DeAndre Jordan, 4 years, $40 million with the Brooklyn Nets. Derrick Rose, 2 years, $15 million with the Detroit Pistons. Terrence Ross, 4 years, $54 million to return to the Orlando Magic. Ricky Rubio's 3 years, $51 million with the Phoenix Suns. Trevor Ariza, 2 years, $25 million with the Sacramento Kings. Malcolm Brogdon is 4 years, $85 million with the Indiana Pacers. Thaddeus Young, 3 years, $41 million with the Chicago Bulls. Rodney Hood agreed to a 2-year, $16 million to return to Portland. Thomas Bryant agrees to a 3-year, $25 million contract with the Washington Wizards. Tobias Harris agreed to a 5 years, $180 million to return to the Philadelphia 76ers. Tomas Satoransky agrees to a 3-year, $30 million contract with the Chicago Bulls and a sign and trade with the Washington Wizards. Seth Curry, Steph Curry's younger brother, agrees to a 4-year, $32 million with the Dallas Mavericks. Austin Rivers agrees to a 2-year deal with the Houston Rockets. Kevon Looney agrees to a 3-year, $50 million to return to Golden State. Isaiah Thomas agreed to a 1-year deal with the Washington Wizards. Sure would like to see him return to his all-star form as he was in Boston years ago. Kawhi Leonard is still unsigned as the Lakers, Clippers, and Raptors pursue him. The New York Knicks look to be left out once again without getting any top stars, as they lost in getting Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving as they went to the Brooklyn Nets. They are trying to get James Harden next summer when he becomes a free agent with the Rockets. That's all I have for NBA free agency. And in MLB news, the Los Angeles Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs died this past Monday. Skaggs was in Texas with the team and was found in his hotel room unresponsive. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say they are investigating, but no foul play is suspected. Tyler Skaggs was 27. The Nationals are 7 games back and in 3rd place right now with a record of 42-41. The Baltimore Orioles are in last place, 31 games back in the AL East with a record of 24-60. In tennis news, Venus Williams lost her match at Wimbledon in the first round to Corey Coco Gauff, 6-4, 6-4. What's surprising is Corey Gauff is a 15-year-old girl who beat Venus, who now is 39, the oldest woman in the field. Well, that's all the time I have for sports. I'm George Kearns for CVTV Sports. Back to you guys.
That's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for welcoming us into your home.
And thank you to Germanna Community College. Find your future at Germanna. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.